Hello, Echo here. Be very careful when you are updating your FTB Monster from version 1.0.10 to 1.0.11, because if you have anything stored in a rotary craft coil and it's over a certain limit, it will explode and destroy half your base. Nice one. So I was going to revert to a save. I just thought I'd show you this. I thought it was quite funny. That's the damage that an exploding coil does. Industrial coil. Riker's changed them so that there's different levels. So I've had one sat there for quite a few episodes, just slowly gathering power from the little steam engine that's running into it. So yeah, if you update without moving your coil, turning it off, this is what's going to happen to you. Here we are then, in a save world. I actually recorded that a couple of days ago when I updated the server, well, updated the client I mean, but it was the industrial coil that was there, so I came in, I took it out, put it into my inventory, and then I updated the client. So you see there now, that's got a maximum energy of 720 megajoules, and they actually had so that's what, 2,194 megajoules, so it was well over its maximum stored energy, which was why it went boom. There we go. So I believe, there we go, look. So you got that one, that's just a basic one. Then you got this one that uses a bedrock tension coil that holds much more. So that's what you'd have to do. You'd have to, if you want to create hold loads of power in these, you need to make a bedrock one now, which is a good bit of progression. Now a couple of other things have changed. These pumps, I remember Bevo's video when he updated. This is now different. I don't think the pump, in fact there's no water in there anyway, but that's not putting water in there, so I need to play around with that. I'm probably just going to change that for thermal expansion aqueous accumulator to put power into these. So I'll turn these steam engines off for now. So I've got no grinder at the minute, but we haven't got any resource anyway. Now I was going to do some mass resource gathering in this episode. I've literally just logged on. If we look in the list here, so episode 14, we did the eye upgrades. We didn't get the bound axe done, so that'd be on to now episode 15. But what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to do what I was going to do. I am going to do Thermcraft 4.1 research, and I am going to put an infusion altar together, because I've had that in a chest for about 7 episodes. Now you may have seen me, if you watch my other series, you may have seen me put the infusion altar together on Resident Raz fairly recently, but I feel I should do it on this as well. So yeah, now after the last episode, okay, Pigman must be in there. After the last episode, let me just run over here. I don't know what I'm jumping around like this for. Just teleport myself into there. This is full. So you can see there we're at 256,000, and you can see that the redstone signal's on from that little setup we did there. So the ritual is turned off. Until I use some of that power, some of that mob essence, that ritual will stay turned off. So it's not using our essence, so it's staying at our life points. So they're staying at full at 1,000,000, which is very good. Ooh. Teleport myself into a wall. Lovely. So I could turn this on and start spawning loads of stuff. I've got mob essence to do it. I've also got the ability to refill that when I'm up there. But like I said, I've not got it set up so that it can be refilled off mobs yet. But we're not going to get onto that now. What we're going to do is we're going to do some Thermcraft. Now Thermcraft changed very recently. It's now 4.1. All the research changed. I have done a bit of research in the previous episodes, so let's just have a look what I've done. I'm actually going to take the book off here. No, come here, book. The farm on Omicron. Now, things have changed around a bit. Let's say exactly how much I've researched. I have researched a bit. I researched enough to get the ones. So this is, I did all this in the old research, where we're up to here. So you can see I've done a fair bit. No need for that to be turned on at the minute, is it? Let's turn it off. There we go. So yeah, I did a little bit of research. So what I want to do now though is concentrate on what's left and look at the new way of doing research. Now I was considering deleting my player.dat and doing the research from scratch, but one of the things that's changed is the way that the aspects generate in your table. Now they do get capped at around 50 now, and some I've got like 130 terra, so it seems a bit silly just deleting this one I've got when I've gone through all these. So if I did delete, I'd have to go through all the scanning everything with a thermometer again. So I didn't want to really do that. Let's just scan that. Can't get anything from that. Okay, let me see if I've got anything that I can scan that I've not scanned before. Whee, see the little patterns there? So that goes 20 metallum and 4 lucrum. So metallum, where we at? 79. So it still do go over 50 then. I bet it kind of add caps at 50, but it clearly doesn't. Right. So what's changed then? For a start, we don't need paper in there anymore. But what we do need is we need paper. We need scribing tools actually on us. I thought I had a second set, but I clearly don't. No, I don't. Okay, so I'm going to have to share that set with the table. So these scribing tools, before you make them, you just put them in the table. I might as well wait until that runs out actually before we do that. Now, we need some in the table to actually do research, but we also need some in our inventory and some paper to actually pick up research notes. So previously what you'd do is you'd randomly get a research note, and then you'd go from there. What you can do now, you can actually target specific research notes. So let's start with this thing, automated alchemy. This is a new thing. So if I click on that, you see there, it's just told me that now I've already got this in my inventory because it just gave me it. So what it's doing, it's actually giving me the research note that I've asked for. This wouldn't be the first thing we'd do, but what we do with that is we put it in there and we get this new little mini game up. And to actually do anything with this, so if I try and drag some across, nothing's going to happen. We actually have to have scribing tools in there, and each time you put something in, it uses some of the ink, so you still have to redo your ink. Now, if we're starting from scratch, what we'd do is, there's two very important ones to get, and they are this guy, research expertise. So this is the first thing you want to get. There's a chance that you get your research points back, which is important, but there you're also able to see what aspects you need to combine to create an aspect you're hovering over. That's really important. It really saves some time, and what that means is, if you look in here, you see when I'm hovering over these, you can see what they're made from. So I can see that Herbe is made from Granum and Terra. I can see that Lamus is made from I can't remember the name of it, Vinctus and Aqua. Victus, close. There we go. And then Victus itself is made from Aqua and Terra. So eventually everything is made from the 6 primals. So you can, as long as you've got all the primals, what we've got is all these regen, which is very nice. So eventually we can make everything. So these little stars, these little shiny bits in the corner, it's not on all of them. Look, the panel doesn't have it. That's because I've got crystals around my table, and it's because I've got bookshelves around my table. Now they're vanilla ones behind there. I'm not sure if these ones count, these chiseled ones, but the vanilla ones certainly do. What they do is they make it so that if I run out of air, if I used all 42 of them, then because it's got a little star there, that after a minute or two I'd get one back again. So you always get a little bit of regen if you run out, which is very nice. Very, very useful and very much worth having. Now, yeah, so that's the first very important one you need. So if you're starting from scratch, that's what you want to go for. Research expertise. I wish I could show you it, but unfortunately I cannot. I suppose I could go into a single player. Nah, it's not really worth it. But that's what you want to do first. And then secondly, you want research mastery. This follows on from that. This does something very important as well. It increases that chance to 50%. And then you also get the 10% chance that it doesn't cost anything anyway. But this one is really cool. It says control clicking, but it's actually shift clicking. What this one does, it's really nice for when you're doing your research. If I wanted to use something that's Humanus, in fact I'm going to want to here. Look, we're starting off with Fabrico here, and Fabrico, if you look at it, is made from Humanus and Instrumentum. I haven't got any Humanus. That's made from Bestia and Cognito that I've got both of. So I could click on Bestia, click on Cognito, click on Cognito, put them down here, it'll combine them into Humanus. But when you've got that research mastery, what you can also do is if you just shift click on Humanus, see they're going down and that's going up. So shift clicking will combine it for you, so you don't have to mess around down here. You just go for the one that you need. Like anything else I'm very low on. Census, for example, I'm going to be using some of them, so I made more of that. Very cool. So that gets you them combining very nice. Once you've done them two, you can pretty much go anywhere you want. Now, certain ones are important for nodes and stuff, when you want to be getting aspects from nodes. At the minute, our wand is only about half full, that we made before. I'm going to want to be making a better one soon, which is why I want to get onto Infusion. Now, like I said, I made this stuff several episodes ago, when the altar, when the blood magic altar was still down here. That's when I made this, and it was getting ready for this point where I was going to use it. I will try and get that put together in this episode. What I'm going to do now though is I'm going to do a little bit of research. I'm going to show you how this works. Now, there is a really nice website that I'm just going to get the link for. It is, I'll put the link in chat as well. It's also, if I forget to put the link in chat, it is also in my last Resident Rise episode, which I think was episode 9. I think it's in the chat there as well. But if I do forget, then there we go, that's what it is. ye3.github.io/tcresearch. There we go. And what that does is it brings you up a little. First of all, you can add certain add-ons which add aspects into what's available. And then below that, you can pick 2 aspects, and then you can pick how many minimum steps there is between them. So what we're going to pick on here, so really you want to be doing this along with me if you can, is we're going to pick Fabrico as the top one. So in the from box, I'm going to click on the drop down, click Fabrico, and then we're going to click what you call again, Permutatio. Let's have a look. Yeah, Permutatio. And then we're going to count the gaps between it. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the shortest route there, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so the shortest route there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these little hexagons. So the minimum steps you would put to 5. And once you click on the find connection, you get a little result up and it tells you what you want to use, which is very good. So I'll talk you through why we're using these. So the first one it gives us is Instrumentum. And Instrumentum is made from there, Humanus and Ordo. And if we look at Fabrico, Fabrico's got what? Fabrico Instrumentum. Yeah. Put that there, look, and that'll connect. That's got Fabrico's got Instrumentum in it, the blue one. So because that's got in it, we can use that to link to it. We could have also put Humanus there. So just to show you, we could put Humanus there and that'll connect as well. So that's connecting both that way and that way, because it's in both of them. So Humanus is connecting all the way around that. We don't need that though, let's get rid of that. I've just wasted one of them, never mind. Then next up it's telling us to use Machina. So Machina has got Instrumentum in again, so that's got the shovel and the pick, which is what we want. So there we go. You can see the little faint blue line going behind. If we put something there that doesn't connect, so Machina has got, okay, let's use fire. Put this something that doesn't connect, I've run out of ink. I've got to fill my ink up with an ink sac. Drop something that doesn't connect, you'll see it'll stay dark, whereas when they do connect, they turn into their proper colour. So you see if that had connected, it'd be red like Ignis normally is, but that does not connect. So next up we want Motus. So Motus has got obviously Motus in it, which Machina's got in it. So see there we've gone from Instrumentum to Machina to Motus. They're all sharing the same things. And then we want another Motus, because Permutation's got that in it. But in between that, we want the other thing that's in Motus, which is air. I should have done that the right order really. But so if we look at Motus again there, you see it's got air and Ordo in it. So we've connected it with an air, and we've connected it back to Motus again. So you could go, you could use 2 things to go right the way across if that's how you want to connect it. Well, there we go, we've connected them to them. Next up, we are going to want to connect our others. So we will go from Mortis to Pricantatio. We want 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 4. 4 is the minimum steps. Mortis is our first one. Don't matter what order you do them in. And Pricantatio is our second one. Click find connection. That's telling me that I want Ordo, Potentia, Pricantatio, Potentia. So that, and that. Nice and easy, that one. So you see, we've used the same ones over and over again. Pricantatio has got Vacuous and Potentia in, so we've gone Potentia. And then, of course, because Potentia's got I get so confused. How was that connecting to that? I am confused. I'm an idiot. And because Pricantatio got Potentia, you can connect it back to it. And then we've connected it to it again. And then the other thing that Potentia's got is Ordo. So we've gone to Ordo. And then our Mortis has got Ordo in it as well. So we've connected to both things in Mortis there. We've connected to air there. We've connected to Ordo there. So you see, we've used both the different aspects that make up Ordo to connect these. Very cool. And then finally, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We want Aqua to have a Potentia or Pricantatio. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or Fabrica or Instrumental. It's 5 anyway, so it doesn't really matter which one we choose. I've got Pricantatio already in there, so I might as well leave that in. I want to put that to 5 minimum steps. So that's telling us that we want Victus, then we want Bestia, then we want Mortis, then we want Ordo. Oops. And finally we want Potentia again. So we're actually putting Potentia in again there. There we go. Now we've connected everything together. There's a line that goes through. You don't have to connect the actual starter ones to each other. You see there we haven't connected Permutatio to anything other than that Mortis that splits off there. So you don't have to actually connect. Right before you had to actually connect the starter ones in the right order and stuff. You don't have to do that anymore. This is, I think, it's a much better way of doing it. And there we go. We've got a nice little connection all the way through. Our research note has turned into a discovery. And the same as before, you just right click it. And now, if we look in our book, we have a shiny thing there telling us which section we've just learnt something in. And we've got this guy, learn. It's got a little star there to show us that's what's new. If we click on it, it'll tell us all about it. And that's a very cool thing that we can use to actually a dynamic matrix. To automate the use of a crucible, which is very cool. So there we go. That's how we do that, right? So I have got quite a bit of research done. There's all kind of new stuff as well, though. Now, another thing I should mention before we carry on is most of these are square, as you can see. Some of them are hexagonal. The hexagonal ones, if I can find one that's not done, there's one there, look. The hexagonal ones, gunpowder, is one. You do not actually have to do any research. For that, if you just click it, if you've got the right aspect in your table, so it's there, that needs 3 ignis and 3 perditio, which if we're looking here, we've got 120 and 91, so we've easily got enough of them. So all I've got to do is click on that, and then that's research for me. I don't have to actually do that at all. So you have to have the aspects for it. So you need to build up your aspects by going around and scanning everything. See, pretty much everything around here will be scanned. Things like some things you can't scan from certain mods, like chisel, doesn't seem to work. But you can see pretty much everything else that can be scanned. Oops, I have scanned. I've not done the strongbox. So there we go. Elevator. There we go. And we get that nice little graphic upstairs. Give me a bit of a arbor. And certain things offer you a nice amount, like look at that ender chest, gives you all kind of stuff. Tank, more stuff. So yeah, run around. You want to run around, scan everything all the time. There we go. Nothing can be learnt from the photovoltaic cell. Little case, bit of wood maybe. Quite a few things. Anvil, lovely. All kind of stuff. So that just builds up your store of aspects in here for doing your research. You will eventually get as many as you need. If you run out of stuff to scan, then you want to be looking for nodes. Ooh. As if I've not done NATO. There we go. Nice little graphic of the thing flying off there. I quite like that. Yeah, if you run out of everything else, you want to go into Mistcraft Ages and do nodes. That's how you want to be doing it. So that's from last time, innit? That recipe's changed, by the way. Remember last time we made the Octadic upgrades. Now, if you look at that now, remember before it was 6, and I was saying the recipe seemed a bit weird because it's normally only 2. So they've changed the config to be back to the 2, so that's good. And actually, when I updated, they got taken out of my out of the. Oh, I've fallen. Ah, no spider's gonna jump on me. Weird little spider. Yeah, when I updated, as well as those being missing, as well as that blowing up, they were missing. So I just spawned myself a couple of them back in because it was the update that took them away from me, not anything that I did. So yeah, right. So what I'm going to do now then is I'm going to make sure I've got everything for the infusion, and then I'm going to put the infusion all together. Can I get back up there? Oh no! Ah. Got to be a little careful with it. Let's jump up there first, and then jump up there. I do like this teleporty thing. It's a lot of fun. There we go. I'm up. Hooray! So yeah, I'm going to make sure I've got everything I need for this. I'm going to make sure I've got enough room for this, which might not have, but we'll see. And I'll be back in a bit. Okay, I'm back, and it's actually the next day. It's actually Thursday now, which means this video is going to be up late because I'm going to have to upload it and put it out straight away. But yeah, I had a bit of an issue last night. I managed to corrupt my world. I think I teleported myself into a wall, and MC'd it. I tried moving my player and stuff like that. Couldn't do anything, so I had to revert to a save, which was before that blew up, so I had to revert the client back, so I gave up last night. I've done it all this morning, and we're back to where we was. I've just done the same research that I had done. Now, just another note on the research. Someone called Banner, I don't know how to pronounce his name, asked me if it's the same research each time. I said I'd check, and I actually forgot, but he's commented back to me, it does look the same, and I think it is. So if you're in a different world, and you was to do the same research that I'm going to do, for example, if you're in anything with Farmcraft 4.1, and let me just find something. Christ, there we go. We'll go with 1.4K. Let me get my thing in there. So we'll get that research note. If you put that in there, the same as I just have, then 1.4K will have the same. Will always have the same aspects, and it'll always be the same distance. But the honeycomb pattern might be slightly different. Sometimes on the bigger ones, you get ones that are blocked out, so you'd have to go, say if that one was blocked out, you'd have to go either that way around or that way around, but these will always be the same. So what you can do, the first time you run through 4.1 research, if you make a note on a notepad or take a screenshot of what aspects you use to connect it, then next time on a different server, if you do the same research, you could just look at the picture or whatever, and you can just go, oh, that needs blah blah blah. So we'll actually do this one while it's here. Ignis to Bricantatio. Is it 3? 1, 2, 3, yeah. Very simple. So Ignis to Bricantatio, the easiest way of doing it is Lux. Vacuous. Lovely. Boop. So you can write that down. 1.4K equals Lux Air Vacuous. So next time you do it, then you know straight away, without having to look at the website or anything, that's exactly what you need to do that discovery. Wonderful. I'll have that. That actually opened up a few more things for me. Now, one focus is very cool. We need to get on with ones, because once we've done this infusion, then the first thing I'm going to actually make is ones. Right, what I'm going to do is, I don't think there's really room for this in here, but I'm going to do it anyway. First of all, I need to know exactly where this is going to go. I think it's going to go there. So what you need to do to make infusion is, first of all, you need one of these arcane pedestals. We need more because we use these to put things on to make, but we certainly need one in the middle. That's part of the multi-block structure, and then around that we put some arcane stone bricks. Now, if you remember, we make arcane stone by putting smooth stone around a shard in there. I don't think I've got any smooth stone up here in a minute. No, I haven't, but that's how you make arcane stone. You put smooth stone around a shard. It takes a little bit of V, and then you can put 4 of them in a square. It'll turn you into arcane stone bricks, and that takes no V. Look, we don't need them because we've got the 4 that we need. Now for your infusion altar, what you need around your pedestal is 1, 2, 3, 4 of them guys. Is that turned on again? Yeah, look, so I've reverted the client. Let's turn that off again. There we go. So 4 of them guys. Now I should start regening. Let me sleep as well. So as you see, I just I just went into cheat mode and got them 2 octadic capacitors back in again that I said had disappeared. Put them back in where they should be. So there we go. There's 4 of them bricks. Why no regen? Eat. No, I should regen. And then on top of them, you put 4 normal bricks. I seem to have just lost one somewhere along the line. Did I leave it in the? Oop, shit. Oh, I did. I left it in there. So that's your basic structure, and then we need a special block called a runic matrix. So if we're looking here at Infusion, which is in Artifice, you'll see that we need this thing called a runic matrix. It uses 4 blocks, 4 of any shard, and an ender pearl. Nice and straightforward. This shows you, by the way, all the other stuff you need. Look, that shows you how to make the arcane pedestals from stone blocks. That shows you how it actually. That's what we're doing now, putting it together like that. And you see, it's going to need 25 of each aspect, which we haven't got at the minute, but I'm going to work that out in a second. And there's a picture of an example of one fully crafted. And also, if you click back on any of these, you can see how you actually make the stone brick. So there it is. Look, any kind of smooth stone around any kind of shard, and it takes 1 terra and 1 ignis per 9. So they're pretty cheap. I've actually used them to build with before because I think they're a nice looking block. Right. So to make our runic matrix, then, as the book said, 1, 2, 3, 4 of any shard. I'm using entropy because entropy is what I've got the most of at the minute. If you look at my barrels there, I've got nearly 2 stacks of entropy compared to less than a stack of most of the others. Well, that's irritating. Why are you the wrong way around compared to them? Anyway, and as you see in it, straight away we haven't got enough V. Straight away you'll notice we need 40 because so our iron capped one that we had at first wouldn't cut this. That guy there, the iron capped one, no chance. So before we could even think about doing infusion, we need 40 V. Now we can of course put this stuff on. Oops. Right. Why are you changing everything? Is there no redstone block under there? Can't be. Meh. Okay, so there's our full discount stuff. So now if we look in there, I've lost my speed boost. You'll see that it's down to 36 because we've got this on. So we have took 4 off there. We still need more though than we've got. So let's go and get some aspects into our wand. Now, this is something you're going to want to do a lot. And there's 2 main ways of doing this. One is by capturing nodes or pulling the aspect from nodes. So we've got a node just out here, I think. Yeah, look, here's one. So, of course, this is how you get aspects in. Now, if you're doing any kind of serious amount, no, they're both full, so I've already been here. Let's look at that. You see the air and Padiso full, and Aqua will need Terra, Ignis, and Ordo. Now, what you want to do is, if you're going to do it from, if you're going to keep filling your ones from nodes, what you need to do really is bring nodes back to your base so they can be chunk loaded, so they'll regen. To do that, back up in the basic information here, you have got node in a jar. You can see using glass blocks and slabs you can put them around a node and you can bring a node back to your base. Now, you'll also see an issue here that it takes 70 of each aspect, so we need a better wand. So before we can actually bring any nodes to our base using that method, we need a silverwood wand, the one that holds 100. You don't, technically you could make some of these guys hold 70, but I think these are a little bit of a waste of time myself. I like to go straight to the silverwood wand, which uses Infusion, which is why we're working towards Infusion. Anyway, so that's one method of getting it. One is travelling around the world, looking at nodes, waiting for them to regen if you've been there and they're not chunk loaded, or chunk loading them. Another method is using our setup in here. What we can do is, let's have a look. Meant to break the glass, didn't mean to break the block. Let's have a little plane here for a second. Whee! Now, what I'm going to do in here is, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my Enderman thing, my Enderman safari net, into the spawner, rather than the one that's in there. Now, the one that's in there is nothing, okay. I'm going to put Enderman in there. I'm going to turn it on. And what I've done in the side here, I need to put a ladder or something there really. What I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that on. So now we've got Enderman spawning. Now let's just get a few of them. Yeah, they're going to teleport over, aren't they? It's not frigging good. Enderman was a bad choice. Let's stop that. Now first thing I want to do with Enderman is scan him. I've made a cock of that, if I'm being honest. Let's scan this Enderman. You see there, he's got quite a few aspects in him. So what we do, if we put our wand on our bar and kill Mr. Enderman, we get some XP, some loot, and we should have got a bit of aspect into our wand. So you can fill up your wand by killing stuff, as if I picked Enderman. I picked Enderman because I know they've got good aspects for filling a wand up, but they've got their own issues, of course. Like the fact they teleport all over the place. I did try with witches, which also could have issues, but different kind of issues. Let's have a look at witches. At least they won't teleport away. They may murder me with their poison throwing ways. Let's have a look up here. First of all, I don't even need to teleport over there. What a douche. First of all, I want to scan one. So when they spawn, don't kill me. They've got some good aspects as well. They've got Ignis and stuff, which is good. So let's show that we've got our wand on our bar. Now I'm poisoned. That's okay. Oh man, look how many of these are spawning. Oh Jesus. Let's turn that off. So as you see, we get a lot of good stuff from having mob essence on tap. Oh no, I'm gonna die. Oh no, I am actually gonna die. Oh shit. Ah, son of a bitch. I'll be back when I've got my stuff. Okay, run back down here. I managed to jump down, get my sword into my bar, and kill the two that were left. Pick up all my stuff. That was not the ideal way I would do things. But, it might have been fun to watch, hopefully. What have I lost? That. Let's just sort of my shit out. Torches. As you can see, we're getting quite a lot of loot off them. And if you look at my wand, that's the important bit. You see there, the wand, the Ignis is up to 41, the Ordo's up to 46. Hello. I can't kill her. Why you no die? I think that mob's out of sync, possibly. Huh. Well, I want to run away a second. So that douche don't kill me. Right, I'll sort that out. I want to sort my inventory out. As you can see, though, what I was trying to achieve there, I have achieved. I have filled my wand up. We can now actually make the runic matrix. So I'll be back. I'll meet you back up there once I've tidied things up and healed myself, and we'll get on with that. Back in a sec. Okay, I think I was desynced, so I relogged when that witch has disappeared now. Anyway, something of note, by the way, is check this out. You can see a little red graphic occasionally coming off the top of there again. Come on, don't make me a liar. Well, you could. What we've got going on now is... Oh, that's why it's full again. That's why. This was not quite full, so the thing started up again, which has now refilled itself. So the mob essence I just used in spawning them several witches and those few endermen that mostly escaped. It used some mob essence. The ritual turned on. It filled the drum back up and it turned itself off again. So that bit's working very nicely. Right, let's get out of here and let's put all that behind us and jump back up there. Boop. So because the ritual turned on, you see it should have used some, and it has. Look, it's used it's only 30k, but it has used some to refill the barrel. Right, so what we can do is if we put our wand in here now it's got some aspects on. So 40, I'm at the position where I should be using as little as possible, so I'm going to go... What's going on there? Full of depths this morning, so let's put this set on. Actually, I can leave that on because that does the same. That's got the discount on anyway. So now this only used 36, 38. Oh, 38. I thought it said 36 before. Maybe that does make a difference. Oh, what have I done? That should be... Did it say 38 before? Oh, 36. That would suggest that the discount in the helmet's not working. Even though it says there's a discount. It does say a discount, but it's in a grey rating, not purple. So that would suggest to me that that's not actually working. So that's something to bear in mind. So 36, we get our runic matrix. Now what we want to do with this is, now we're going to come to another issue now, because if we look, we're down to 10 order. 10 order is not going to be enough to actually activate this. If you look in our book again, you'll see that to activate this artifice infusion, you see to make it takes 40. The actual mystical construct part, it takes 25 of each. So I'm going to have to get some more order before I can actually put this together. Where this goes though is, it sits on top of the middle here, but it needs a space in between. So what you want to do is just put something there temporarily. Now I shift click there, so I'll show you why in a minute. Just put something there temporarily, and then what you want to do is put the runic matrix on top of that, boop, like so, and then get rid of that again. Now I had to shift click that on there, because if I had just clicked it, it would have just gone like that and sat on it rather than be placed on it. That's the same with even placeable blocks. That'll sit on there because that's how you actually make stuff. Now to make things, we're going to want to put things around here. So we're going to want to go, for example, is that right? Now these have to be symmetrical. 1, 2, 3. They have to be 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Cool. So then that's where we'll put our things, our ingredients to actually make stuff. So what I'm talking about is, for example, making boots of the traveller. Leather boots would go on there. We put some leather boots, and then around the outside we want some enchanted fabric, some air shards, a fish, and a feather. So we'd need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we'll try and get that as symmetrical as possible. So we'd probably put 2, 2, 1 here, and then 1 opposite there, and leave 2 of these empty. Or we could, if we wanted to, move 2 in, so we actually had 6 and have it properly. I think we could have more of these if we wished. I'd need 1 more over there. So there is ways of making it symmetrical. There's generally ways. Some things like 9 items, which makes it a bit awkward, but there we go. And the reason why you want things symmetrical, you see it, everything has an instability underneath. The boots are negligible, which means there's not much. They'll do want that as low as possible. Now, certain things can lower that. One of them will be by putting loads of these crystal shards around, which we will do. So I am going to want to use, for example, 6 of them. I've got not enough inventory space at the minute because of witch loots. Let's get rid of all this stuff into there for now. I'll do. So if we make one of them, that would help in reducing instability a little, but to make this right we need to make it symmetrical. So I'd want 4 of that colour and then 4 of the next colour. So I've heard that if with 66 items around, you can negate all instability and make things safe. What I need to do now, I need to cut camera, I need to go and fill up my wand with Ordo, so I've got at least 25. So as you can see, clicking on there is not doing anything at the minute. Back in a bit. Well, here's what I should have done the first time. I should have put an extra switch up here. I could use this switch to actually power the on-off. Have I put my... I've not put my new power source down there. Just put the power down under there. I've made this a little bit tricky for myself, if I'm being honest. Power up the back. That'll power that up again because it run out of power. There we go. So now put the wand in there, and with the actual trigger being in here, I've still got the switch on downstairs, but it's turned off, and I've got a switch on up here as well. Do it right. Oh, there's no shard in there. What am I doing? There's no shard in there. What an idiot. There we go. Calamity of errors today. It's because I'm rushing because the episode's late. So now I can actually spawn them in here. And I forgot to put my wand on the bar, which is no good. There we go. So I can kill them up here, and if I start to get overwhelmed, I can quickly just turn it off. If I get poisoned. But as you can see, that's up to 31. So we are getting order off these. 33. So I'm not sure if you get the same aspects every time. See, look, we're still on 33 there, so we didn't get any that time. So it looks like it's a bit of a randomness in what aspects you get. There, 34. So there we go. That's a way you can get many things, including loot and mob essence. Sorry, including loot and aspects into one. So what we can do now is I can dump that stuff in there. I also did realise I did pick up a potion of healing when I died. I could have used the potion of healing to not die if I'd not been panicking. There we go. Such is life. So back in here now, we have got enough aspects in our wand. Now this bonus you get from having this set on. No, it's doing the full thing now, look. I don't know why it wasn't doing it before. Weird. This bonus actually applies to this as well. So you see, this takes 25 of each. If I click on there, boop. There we go. We have now made the multi-block structure. That looks very awesome. I love the way this looks. That'll start spinning. And you can see that we have taken 22.5 off each aspect there. So it didn't take the full 25. So the discount from this actually counted for that as well, which is good. Now it's not doing it again. What's wrong with you, you damn thing? It's like there's an occasional redstone signal on it, but not all the time. Don't get it. I'm pretty sure there's a redstone block under there. Oh, I'm an idiot. There's a pressure plate in front. That's what I've done. I forgot my own method. I normally put a redstone block underneath the thing. This time, looks like I put a pressure plate in front of it. I should just give up now, shouldn't I? So, the video is getting long. I'm going to have to give up very soon, actually, anyway. But what we need to do now is we need to get aspects into jars. Now, you can't actually do anything with one aspects in a jar. I'm going to have to set that up for next time. The thing we need to make for that is a thing called, and this goes back into alchemy here. Right, we need to start doing this thing, essentially distillation. So for that we need some stone blocks, a crucible, and a furnace. We need these things called alembics. You can have up to 5 of them on top. We need these things. Oh no, we don't need that. We don't need that at all. What's that one? No, we don't need that. We need these things. We need that. So that's the kind of thing I'll be working towards next time. So I think I'm going to wrap up there because I'm just derping so much this episode. So we've got an ultimate. You can see I've put a few more of these round, which will reduce the instability. We can also make candles to do that, which I've got some of the bits ready for here. This is magic tallow. Now you make magic tallow by throwing stuff into the crucible. There it is, look. You need some magic aspect in the crucible, and then throw some rotten flesh in, get your magic tallow. And what you can do with that is you can make these guys, candles. You can coal these as well. And what we can do with them is we can have a load of them around here as well, like so. And they'll also reduce the instability. So that's another method. And the third one is, the third one is like using skulls, which we don't have many of yet. But once we get a lot of wither skulls, we could put some wither skulls around there as well. So there we go. I'm going to wrap up the episode there. It was a bit derpy. A bit, Christ. It was very, very error strewn. I'm just going to jump into there and look in the book. So we got the, I showed you a little bit of 4.1 research. I haven't shown you much, but I've showed you the basics you need to get to, the website you can use, the way you want to get research mastery and stuff done first. We've made the infusion altar. Next time we're going to work on essentially distillation, getting some jars, getting some aspects into the jars, and then we'll make a decent wand, and then from there you can pretty much do whatever you want with Foundcraft. But that's, once you've got that wand, the Foundcraft capped silverwood wand, you've got 100 of each V. You can do a lot more with that, so we'll get onto that next time. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I hope I see you next time. Cheers, bye.